In this we are going to discuss about the operators in C language. It's one of the almost the biggest topic in the total C language because there are about 8 types of operators which we need to understand here. So here the definition is given: the operator is a symbol. Okay, for example, if you take plus, plus is a symbol. If you take minus, minus is a symbol. If you take star, star is a symbol. If you take divided by, it is also a symbol. It is called as a quotient. If you take the, this is called as a modulo operator or the percentile operator. This is the new operator in C language. So it gives the remainder. Okay, so operator is nothing but a symbol, and the example for operator is, the basic example of operators is the arithmetic operators. This is the first type of operators, and we know easily 10 20 plus 10 is 30, 20 minus 10 is 10. This is a very algebraic operations. We already know about these arithmetic operations. Here 20 percentile 10, here these two things we need to understand. That is 20 divided by 10, the first one. Take the 10 on the left side and 20 over here. 10 into what is 20? 10 into 2 is the 20, and the result is 0. That is the remainder is 0. This part is nothing but the quotient. This part is nothing but the quotient. See here, this part is called nothing but the quotient. What about the remainder? This part is nothing but the remainder. Okay, so always we can take some other examples also, but this is enough for this discussion. Let us go for the relational operators. Relation means who is more and who is less, who is the biggest person and who is the smallest person. This is called as the relation. Okay, for example, if you take two persons, how can you relate them? I can relate them by their heights. This person is smaller than the second person. The height of the first person is smaller than the second person, or the height of the second person is greater than the first person. So as they are going to give some relation between the two entities, we can call them as a relational operators. It's very easy. Okay, you can understand by it you can understand its name by the meaning. Okay, so here 10 greater than 20, it is also, what is the result that is going to give relational operators? Either they are going to give the true result or the false results. 10 greater than 20, 10 is very smaller than the 20, but he is saying that 10 is greater than 20, 10 is bigger than 20. So 10 cannot be bigger than 20, 10 can be smaller than 20. So this statement is a false statement, right? Now let us go for the second one. 10 less than 20. Yes, this is a, we will agree this, that 10 is a lesser than 20, so it is a true statement. Similarly, 10 is not equal to 20. 10 and 20 are not equal. Yes, that is the right one. So I can call it as a true as a result. 10 double equal to 20. So 10 and 20 are same. Will you agree? No, we cannot agree. Both are different. 10 is different from 20. But he is saying that both are same, which we cannot agree. So the result is false. So in this way, if you look at these operators are going to give the integer result. What kind of result they are going to give? Integer. See here, what is the result? Integer only. Here it is also integer. Similarly, relational operators will give what kind of results? True results or the false results. Okay, now let us go for the practical and try to understand the relation, that's the arithmetic operators first. So this is the program online compiler. I'm this 10 and 20 I am adding here. The result should be 30. Okay, just know what we have understood in the theory, we want to conclude it by the practical. So run it. 10 plus 20 is 30. Similarly, modify these two. Instead of writing all the statements, just I am trying one operator at a single time. So 10 minus 20, what is the result? Minus 10 is the result, you can see, right? Similarly, 10 into 20, so I'm trying the arithmetic operators, right? Multiplication, the result is 200. Okay, so next 20 divided by 10, Okay, 20 divided by 10. The same examples which we have mentioned in the theory we are executing here. 10 divided by 20 is 2. 2 is the quotient, not the remainder. So 20 percentile 10, now the remainder. So what, tell me, what is the remainder? This is the remainder operator. 20 quotient, that is the 20 percentile 10. 10 to the 20, the remainder is 0. The answer should be 0. So with this, the practical of arithmetic operators is completed. Now let us go for the relational operator, that is the greater than, less than, all those things. So here I am changing this to the relational operator. First I am taking it as 10 greater 20 greater than 10. So but here 20 greater than 10, is it a true statement or not? Yes, it is a true statement. Whenever the statement is true, it is going to display 1. Why? Because here we have mentioned the percentile d. Okay, if you want to know why we have used this percentile d, you need to watch the video of data types and also variables. Okay, if you understand them, you can easily understand this one. So percentile d is used for printing the integers. That's why here 20 greater than 10, it's a true statement. But remember, in C language, every true value is indicated by 1. So we will get a result like 1 here. Okay, 1 means true, 0 means false. For example, if I am reversing it, 20 is less than 10, which is not true, right? 20 is bigger than 10, but he is saying 20 is less than 10. How can it be true? So it is a false one. False means 0 will be displayed. Okay. Next, we can try out all the other relational operators just by changing them. Double equal to means 20 and 10 are same. We cannot agree because both are not same. It is a false statement. So it is going to give 0 as the result. Similarly, 20 is not equal to 10. Yes, 20 and 10 are not equal. It's a true statement. It is going to give 1. Similarly, these two things are complete. There is the arithmetic operators and the relational operators execution is completed. Now let us go for the logical operators. Okay. So directly I am explaining the logical operators by using the practical itself. So how to use the logical operators is simply how to do one thing. First you write this relational operators statement example, that is 10 is less than 20. Okay, and write one more relational operator statement, anything, 10 double equal to 10 double equal to, let us say 10, we can take 10 only. So in the logical operators we have the logical AND operator, that is this one. This is the first operator, that is the logical AND operator. Okay, there is this one. This is called as the logical AND operator. Let us go for the theory and understand otherwise. So logical operators, these will also give what kind of results? Either the true results or the false results. And this is the logical AND operator. There are three operators: logical OR operator and logical NOT operator. So we already know from our previous classes in 9th standard or 10th standard, we have already known the truth tables. That is, whenever both the statements are true, the result is true. And in the rest of the cases, the result is false. Means any other combination, true and false, false and false, these combination, the result is false. So always remember, true and true is true. And one more thing that you need to remember is, false or false is equal to false, and the remaining combination of R, it can be TF, it can be FT, or it can be tt. The result is the opposite. What is the opposite result to this false? That is a true one. So you need to remember, for the and, when both are true, the result is true. For the or, whenever both are false, the result is false. That is tt is t, that is nothing but t and t is equal to t. You need to remember for the logical and operator. Actually two ands are there. Okay, two ands, and the remaining is false. That anyway we can remember. Similarly, false or false is false. The remaining combination of or is what is that? True. This is the false and the remaining are true. So tt is t and ff is f. T and t is t, f or f is f. The result, the remaining we can remember. So directly we can go for the practical. Here 10 is greater than 20. 10 is greater than 10 is less than 20, sorry. That is true or false? Yes, this is true only. Now true and 10 double equal to 10, this is also true. So true, 10 less than 20, true, and 10 double equal to 10, true. True and true is what? True only. True means what? 1 only. So the answer is going to be something like 1, but there is some error. Let us see, look at the error here. Here we are missing one comma. So run it, you will get something like 1. Similarly, you can use the or operator. You can use the or operator. So this is 10 less than 20, true. True or true? The answer is going to be true or false? True only. So true means what? 1. So this is the explanation for the logical operators. So we have discussed the arithmetic operators, relational operators, and this is the logical operators explanation. Now let us go for the assignment operator, which is a very simple one. Assignment is nothing but equal to operator. For example, if I am writing something like int a is equal to 10, this is called as the assignment operator. Assignment means storing some value. Okay, storing some value. So there are so many other assignment operators also. The additional assignment operators, that is plus equal to, minus equal to. How to do that we will discuss. Only simple example like a plus equal to. What is the next one? Plus equal to. The other one is minus equal to, and the other one is star equal to. Like that you can write. So a plus c is equal to 10. What is the meaning of it? So a is initially how much? 10. A plus is equal to 10 means a is incremented by 10. Now what is the new value of a? 20. So let us try to understand this one. Let us print the value of a. So I am editing this off. I want to print something like a. What is the new value of a? It is not 10, it is 20, right? Because 10 is already added by the plus equal to operator. So the value is 20. Missing something like comma here, and run it. The value is 20. If you print the value over here, for suppose before incrementing the value to 10, the value is what? Percentile d backslash n and comma something like a. Here you are going to print it as 10. Why? Because before incrementing it is 10 only. So run it, you will get 10 and 20. So similarly we can use a minus equal to 10, a star equal to 10, like that. For example, here I am using something like a star is equal to 10. A star is equal to 10. That means 10 into 10. A is multiplied by 10. So already a is 10. 10 into 10 is 100. The new value of a is going to be something like 100. So 10 and 100. This is the assignment operators. What is the next operators? Assignment operators. So here it is already written equal to is called as the assignment operators. The other assignment operators are plus equal to, comma minus equal to, comma star equal to, divided by equal to, and remainder equal to. Okay. So next one is the increment and decrement operators. Increment means increment by increase the value by 1. Decrement means decrease the value by 1. A is already 10. If I put plus plus operator, that is the increment operator, A is already 10, will be converted to how much? 11. Let us see by the practical example. Let us remove this line. So let us implement the plus plus operator. Here if you run it, you will get something like, semicolon is missing here. What is the value? 10. If I write something like A plus plus, the value is going to be something like 11, right? Again, for the second time, if I implement the same operator plus plus, let us see the result. It will become 12. Okay, means it will be incremented by 1. So already the value is 12, right? I want to make it to 11. Right now it is 12. I want to make it to 11. For that, what I have to do? I have to do the A minus minus. Now it will become 11. Okay. So in this also, so this one is called as the increment operator. This is also increment operator. This is called as the decrement operator. These kind of operators will be used in the looping statements. So let us go for the next kind of operators. That is the conditional operator, which is very important operators. Directly by using the practical, let us know it. So int A is there. So I am declaring a variable A whose data type is int. Now I want to explain you the conditional operator. Conditional operator means there is some condition. So here I am writing something like A. Directly I am explaining it to you. A is equal to 10 greater than 20. Here this is a condition. No question mark. Okay. Twenty is greater than 10. 20 colon 10. Always remember this in this way. 20 is greater than 10 is the condition. After the question mark, you write the first value, that is the 20 in the condition, and you write the second value 10 for the colon part. There is two parts. One is the question mark part, another is the colon part. Okay, this is the conditional operator. So what is the conditional operator actually? The conditional operator is nothing but this one. This is called as the conditional operator. Okay, one question mark and one colon symbol. This question mark, there are two parts in this conditional operator. One is the question mark, another is the colon. This question mark part will be executed whenever the condition is true. This what is that colon part will be executed whenever the condition is false. Let us see. For example, whenever this condition is true, that is 20 is greater than 10 is true, what will be the result? This question mark part will be the result. That is the 20 is the result. Now let us check, is 20 is greater than 10 or not? Yes, 20 is greater than 10. Is the condition is true or not? Yes, the condition is true. Whenever the condition is true, the value that should be stored in A must be the value beside the question mark part. That is, what is there beside question mark part? The blue color one, 20. Now 20 will be the result. Now what will be printed here? 20 will be printed, right? For example, if I want to make this false, I am reversing the condition like this. This time it can be false. Now 20 is less than 10, which is impossible. 20 is bigger than 10, so it's a false statement. Whenever the condition is false, the colon, we have to go for the colon side, that is colon, colon side, this one. So the 10 will be the result. Now what will be the result? Run it. The result is going to be something like 10, right? So simply, this is the conditional operator. Whenever the condition is true, the value beside the question mark will be stored in A. Whenever the condition is false, the value beside the colon symbol will be stored in A. That is the functionality of a conditional operator, right? The next one is the bitwise operators. So here the bitwise operators are nothing but, I am writing here, bitwise AND, bitwise OR, and XOR operator. So some different kind of operators are there. So about the bitwise operators we will make another video. So in that I will explain thoroughly about the bitwise operators. Here just I am practically explaining it. So bitwise operator will also look like what? The same like this one, right? That is the logical operators, but here there are two AND symbols are there here. How many AND symbols are there? Two. But here we have only single AND symbol. If you look at here, that is the difference. And directly we can go for the practical and you will execute them. I am removing this off. I want to execute the bitwise operator. There is a bitwise AND, a single AND. So see here, I am taking the values directly. 10, 4. We don't know what is the result, but see here the value is 0. Again, let us take it as 40. The value is 8. How we get 8, I will explain you in the next video of bitwise operators. Okay, otherwise it will become a lengthy video. So similarly you can apply the bitwise OR. The result can be different. The result can be different, right? See here, this is the bitwise OR operator, single OR. So the result is 42. How it is 42 we will explain you in a separate video. So similarly there are different kind of bitwise operators, right? Next one is the very simple one, that is the special operators. Special operator is nothing but these operators, they know hash include stdio.h. All these are called as the special operators. So star indicates the pointer. Star indicates the pointer. The explanation about the pointer is already given in another video. Comma will also come under the special operators. So where you can find these special operators? For example, if you look at this comma is a special operator. If you look at this hash is a special operator. So all these are called as the special operators. Special operator is a very simple concept. So we have discussed 8 kinds of operators practically and theoretically. The first one is called the arithmetic operators, which is used to perform the calculations. There is the addition, subtraction, etc. And the relational operators, which are used to relate two values. And the logical operators, these are also going to give the same true or false results. They are also just like the relational operators only. Assignment is very simple. You are going to store some value, and conditional operator, whenever the condition is true, one part is executed. Whenever the condition is false, another part is executed. Bitwise, only practical part is given, direct part, the calculation part will be given later. The special operators is very simple. There's a comma, star, etc. Okay, this is a total explanation about the operators available in C language. The same operators are also available in C++ and Java. Okay, they are not different, they are same.